All right. Well, happy Wednesday, you guys. Thank you for joining class. I'm Giovanna. I'll be leading on practice today. So I'm going to kind of redo a sequence that I initially started teaching on Friday at my noon class. And it was a sequence that I kind of designed around a course that I just finished for yoga for anxiety. And then, of course, during this class, we had a Wi-Fi outage. 3.5 months of teaching online, never had a problem. And then the one time that I kind of designed a class about, working with stressful times and anxiety, we got cut out about 40 minutes in. So it was definitely a lesson in flexibility. And I'm excited to kind of redo it today. Things have been good all week, but if we do have technical difficulties, I'll try to hop onto Instagram Live. So you can go to the studio, sanghayoga_CA, and catch me there, but fingers crossed, we should be good. Okay, let's do this thing. So we'll get started on our knees. And it's a shape that my teacher, the one who taught my yoga for anxiety class, calls incomplete rabbit. I kind of like to think about it as a kind of smaller version of a child's pose. So as you get set up, if you did want to start any music, I sent a playlist via email. You can go ahead and play that first song if you want to get that going. Always an option. You can always play your own tunes or practice in silence. All right, so for this shape, come to your heels. Knees can be slightly separated. Doesn't have to be a super wide knee child's pose or anything like that. And then we'll just bring our forearms to the mat, palms face down. You can kind of play around with your head. So maybe it feels good to just kind of gaze down. Maybe you really let your head drop. Again, kind of like a little child's pose, but we're tented up onto our forearms. If it feels okay to you, you might close your eyes. And I really want you to focus on deepening the breath here. As you inhale, really feel your belly press into your thighs. And as you exhale, find that sense of release, empty everything out. Inhale, feel your belly expand. And exhale, release. As you continue to work through these deep breaths, you might feel this sense of opening in the low back. You might take a few rounds of breath to focus on expanding the sides of your bodies. This is a Vinyasa class. I promise that will flow, but I also wanted to just throw in some of these more gentle moves that have been really helpful for me as we navigate this just new way of life that I picked up in the course that I just finished. Whether it's first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed, or maybe you just need to take a 3-minute break from work, feel free to add these to your toolbox. Come back to these shapes whenever you just need a moment to recenter, to find your breath. Stay for about 2 to 3 more rounds of breath here. And absolutely no sense of rush whenever you let that last breath go. And slowly start to come onto all fours, find our neutral table. So stack your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, spread your fingers wide. Let's just take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, let your belly drop down towards your mat. Pull your heart forward, slight lift with your gaze, cow pose. And exhale, round into your cat. Press your hands, shins, top to feet into the ground. Round the spine. Do that 2 more times, nice and slow. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, cat, round it out, create space between each vertebra. Starting nice and slow today, 1 more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to your neutral table, and we're gonna move side to side a few rounds. So start to send your hips to the right, gaze over your right shoulder. You should feel the stretch on the left side of your body. Good. Bring this back to center and switch sides. Send your hips to the left, gaze over your left shoulder, and then open up into the right rib cage, right one. Good. And travel through center and keep switching side to side. I'll quiet down a bit here, let you do your things. And maybe you take your time, pause for a few rounds of breath. Maybe you pick up the pace and make it more fluid, sending hips side to side. And just work on opening the sides of your bodies. About 3 to 4 more rounds of breath. Whenever you let that last breath go, start to meet in our first downward facing dog. Those a bit on our wrists. If you want to give them a little roll out, feel free. Otherwise, as you feel ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and your first downward facing dog. And then just arrive however you need here. So you might stay still. You might play with some movements, maybe a pedal of heels, maybe a little nod of head yes, shake it no. You can stay active through your palms, a little grip through your fingertips. And think about firming your forearms in towards one another as you externally rotate upper arms. So triceps roll down to mat, armpits in towards your face. Broaden through your shoulder blades. Good. Send your hips up and back, lengthen spine, sides of your waist as you breathe in. And as you exhale, see if you can keep hugging your ribs and navel in so the belly stays active. Let's take about 3 more rounds of breath. Maybe your knees bend. Maybe you start to straighten them. Find that stretch in your hamstrings, backs of your legs. 1 more breath. Good. With your next inhale, slowly ripple forward. Find a high plank pose. And lower all the way down to your belly. You can always drop your knees on the way for extra support. Untuck your toes, tent up onto your fingertips, and then walk your hands wider. They might come off of your mat, elbows up to the ceiling. Find a cobra. Inhale, peel your heart forward and up. Little back bend. Good. Exhale, lower that all the way down. Send your hips to your heels. Find a child's pose. So reach your fingertips forward, really lengthen your spine here. And as you exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath, settle in. And we're gonna flow through that 2 more times. So as you inhale, articulate through your spine, ripple forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to belly. Tent up onto fingertips, walk your hands wide. Inhale, peel your heart up. And a funky modified cobra. Exhale, lower down. Hips to heels, child's pose. Take a big inhale. And exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward dog. Inhale here. And exhale, release. 1 more time, just warming up the body. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower to belly. Hands wide on your fingertips, cobra, rise up. Exhale, soften down. Child's pose, hips to heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, fills you up. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, step one foot at a time to the top of your mat. Ragdoll pose. Once you get to the top, just dangle, forward fold. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows. Maybe you sway side to side. Nod your head yes, shake it no. Then you can decide what works for you here. Maybe you take a little bend in your knees, kind of release the hamstrings and let your low back release. I hold so much tension in my upper back, my shoulders, so you might feel that as well. See if you can just release and let gravity pull the weight of your head, upper body towards the ground. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. And if you took any grip with your arms, start to release fingertips down towards your mat. Inhale, half lift, reach crown of head forward. Fingertips might stay on mat or hands might come to shins or thighs, lengthen. Exhale, find your fold. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhale, half lift, reach crown of head forward, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, half lift. Slide shoulders away from ears because they engage through the core. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain. Reach fingertips up, press your palms together. Exhale, bring hands down to your heart, Samastiti. Maybe you close your eyes, see if you can stand a little bit taller. Take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, mountain, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, create that length. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step 1 foot back at a time, high plank pose. So you can lower down to belly, or maybe you take chaturanga, shift forward. Exhale, lower halfway down, elbows to sides. Heart forward and up, choose your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lift your hips downward, facing dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Adding on a bit, inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, drop your hips, reach your arms up. Sit low, sink your weight into your heels, send your hips down and back. Wake up those glutes, those legs. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, fold all the way through. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, reset. A little different this time. Exhale, fold. Step only your left foot back. Drop your left knee to your mat, untuck your left toes. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Reach both arms up overhead. So square off your hips and shoulders to face forward. Firm your inner thighs together. And feel that engagement through the belly. Lengthen sides of your waist as you reach fingertips up. Stay in your lunge. Start to interlace your hands at your low back. And then punch your fist back. So not quite down, think more back. Open up through your heart, squeeze between your shoulder blades. We'll stay here for 5 rounds of breath. Maybe you close your eyes. But stay active through the legs, the core, so we don't just dump into the low back. Open up through the chest, last breath. Slowly bring that clasp down. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, both hands down. Step back into your high plank. Vinyasa of choice. You choose how you flow. Chaturanga, belly to cobra, knees, chest, chin. Take what you need. In your downward dog, take a full breath to reset. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, drop your hips. Notice if you're finding a big back bend, can you hug the ribs and navel in, sit a little bit lower, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. It's time to have your left foot back, your right foot back. Drop your right knee, untuck your right toes, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, reach arms up. So same shape, other side. Square out those hips, those shoulders. Hug the belly in. You feel this nice stretch in the right hip flexor. Good. Stay in your low lunge. Take your hands, interlace at your low back. And then again, punch your fist back. 5 rounds of breath. Maybe you close your eyes, you take what you need, but please continue to breathe. Let's take one more breath. Good, release. Inhale, reach both arms up, nice big stretch. Exhale, hands down, step it back, high plank. Vinyasa, take your flow. Whatever that looks like to you this evening. Take a round of breath just to settle back in. We're gonna take this one more time, each side, one breath, one movement, picking up the pace. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, drop your hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands down, step your left foot back. Anjaneyasana, sweep your arms up. Exhale, interlace hands at low back. Just for a breath, inhale, punch your fist back, open up your heart. Good, release. Inhale, reach arms up, get tall. Exhale, hands down, step back, high plank. Vinyasa, flow. A full round of breath, settle in. One more side. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, travel top of mat. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands down, right foot back. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace hands at low back. Inhale, punch your fist back, open up your heart. Exhale, release. Arms up, inhale, get tall. Exhale, high plank. Vinyasa of choice, blow that out. Good work, you guys. As you settle into your downward dog, take a cleansing round of breath. Good. Next inhale, sweep your right leg high. You can use your exhale to bend your right knee, open up your hip. And stillness might feel good. If you're craving some movement, maybe a little ankle circle. Maybe you draw a big circle with your right knee, deeper into those hips. Good. Use your next inhale, to lengthen right leg long behind you. Square off your hips. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Warrior one, spin your left heel down. Inhale, reach both arms up, overhead. So if you feel like you need more space, you can always walk your right foot more to the right. We're trying to square off our hips. It'll be pretty challenging, so it's what we're working towards. It's okay if it's not perfectly there yet. Really press into the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Use that to help send your left hip forward as you spiral inner left thigh up to the ceiling. Yeah? All right, stay in your warrior one. Start to interlace hands at your low back. Inhale, punch your fist down, open your heart. Exhale, shift forward, humble warrior. We're folding inside of the right leg. Let your head hang heavy. Release through upper body. Just stay strong through your legs. 2 more breaths. Good. Slowly bring hands to your low back, then unclasp, hands inside of your right foot. Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. Pivot all 10 toes to face the left side of your mat. Inhale, find a half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, keep that length as you deepen your fold. And then you can play around with any variation with your arms. That feels good. So you might keep your palms on the ground. You might take your hands, grab for your shins, your outer ankles, feet. Use the strength of your arms to deepen your fold. Little shift of weight forward onto the balls of your feet. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. With every inhale, can you find some length in your spine? Every exhale, deepen the fold. Good. With a strong leg, strong core, flat back. Inhale, rise all the way up, star pose. Pivot your right toes forward, warrior 2, sink it down. So, right toes face forward. Bend your right knee. Press into pinky toe edge of your left foot. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, we're here all the time, but we're gonna hold it for a bit longer than usual. So really keep bending through this right knee. Try to open your right knee towards your right pinky toe so you find the space in your hips. All right, if you're gazing over your right fingertips, gaze forward. Bring your awareness into your left arm, eagle. Sweep your left arm underneath your right. So warrior 2 legs, but we're adding in eagle arms. Lift your elbows up, and then reach your forearms further away from your face. Maybe your palms press, maybe backs of hands press. Find the variation that works for you. And then breathe. If you're someone that finds stillness challenging, little option here to add some gentle movement. Inhale, lift your elbows higher, stretch the back of your shoulders, and then exhale, drop your elbows down. Inhale, you can lift. Exhale, lower. Take about 5 more rounds of breath, either in stillness or lifting and lowering elbows. Notice if you lift it out of your warrior 2, can you sink a little bit lower? Stay with it, breathe. All right, that's probably enough, right? Go ahead, uncross your arms, reach arms in opposite directions. Straighten your right leg, give that a break. Good work. Trikonasana, triangle pose, scoop your butt in, send your hips back. As you reach right fingertips and crown of head forward, forward. And you can bring right hand down, maybe it comes to your shin, maybe a block, maybe your mat. Reach your left fingertips up to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Lengthen through both sides of your bodies. 3 more rounds of breath. And slowly start to rebend your right knee, reverse your warrior. Inhale, reach right fingertips up and back. Exhale, pulls you forward once again, extended side angle pose. Right forearm might come down to your right thigh. Right hands might come to mat or block. Reach left fingertips forward. And then really open up. So open your left chest to the ceiling. So we're not curling down towards mat. Really open it up here. Create one strong line of energy from left pinky toe all the way to left fingertips. 3 more rounds of breath. Good, big transition, easy twist. Bring your left palm down, lift your left heel up. Inhale, reach right arm up to the ceiling. Keep your left quad super active. Notice if you're collapsing into left shoulder. Press away from your mat, reach your right hand up. As you inhale, reach crown of head forward, lengthen spine. As you exhale, can you deepen that twist? 2 more rounds of breath. Last little bit on this side, side plank, Vashisthasana. Roll onto pinky toe edge of left foot. Step your right foot back. Maybe your feet stagger. Maybe you come down to your knees. Maybe you float your right foot up. Maybe you take a tree pose. Lift your hips. 2 more rounds of breath. Lift out of your left shoulder. I know it's challenging, but you got it. Stay with it. Good. Release both hands down, high plank. You can flow or you can skip. Take what you need. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Woo. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Exhale, let that go. Other side, inhale, left leg high. Use your exhale, bend your left knee, open up your hip. Stillness, ankle circle, knee circle. Do what you gotta do. Keep pressing down evenly through both palms, square off those shoulders. Last breath. Good. Inhale, lengthen left leg, square off hips. Exhale, step left foot between your hands. Warrior one, spin your right heel down. And inhale, reach both arms up, overhead. Really bend through left knee, right leg straight and strong. Press into pinky toe edge of your right foot. From here, interlace your hands at your low back. Inhale, punch your fist back, open your chest. Exhale, keep that grip. As you hinge forward, humble warrior. So I know it's not easy, but this pose is a big symbol of surrender. Kind of notice what you're holding on to, what can you release? 2 more breaths. Bring hands back to your low back first. Then release them inside of your left foot. Prasarita, wide leg forward fold. Pivot your toes to face the right side of your mat. Little pigeon toe, toes in, heels slightly out. Inhale, half lift just to lengthen spine. Exhale, keep that length. Deepen your fold. So second time we are here. I'll let you choose what you want. Maybe you take the same forward fold. If you have a safe inversion practice, want to take a headstand, feel free. If you're loving this chest opening, maybe you interlace your hands. Maybe you take some twists. Press one palm down as you reach other fingertips up to the ceiling. You have 3 more rounds of breath. Play with any movements that feel good to you. Good. Strengthen those legs, core with the flat back. Inhale, rise all the way up, star. Front of the room, exhale, find your warrior 2. So left toes face forward, reach arms in opposite directions. So just find the shape first so you can adjust your feet as needed. Really wide stance here. And then let's bring the gaze forward. Bring awareness into your right arm this time. Add your eagle. Right arm under left. Palms can press. Backs of hands can press. Whew. So those legs should be working. Keep bending through your left knee. And really pressing down through right pinky toe edge. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you can see if you can just stay in this moment. And if you need a little movement, inhale, lift your elbows higher. Exhale, lower them down. Creating space in the backside body between the shoulders. Let's take about 5 more rounds of breath. So let's start to unwind those arms, reach them in opposite directions. Straighten your left leg, should feel pretty good. Trikonasana, triangle pose, hips back, back, back. Lengthen sides of your waists. Left hand can come down, shin, block, mat, whatever you're working with today. Reach your right arm up. And I like to imagine I'm between 2 walls, see if you can get as flat as possible. And then I imagine this top right palm is pressing into a wall. Just kind of envision how that would allow you to open up your chest. 3 more rounds of breath. Think more about length and how low you can get. That means that you're crunching into the side of your body. Last breath. Good. Reverse your warrior. Rebend your left knee. Inhale, reach left arm up and back. Exhale, pulls you forward, extended side angle. You choose where that left arm lands. Reach your right fingertips forward and then open up. I really like to press my left elbow and left inner knee in towards one another and really open up the chest to the ceiling. 3 more rounds of breath, you got it. Easy twist, slow transition, bring your right palm down, pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Inhale, reach left arm up to the ceiling. So really strengthen this right quad. Notice if you're dumping into your right shoulder, press away from your mat. Reach left fingertips up. Inhale, get a little longer through your spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Last breath. All right, side plank. This is it. Pinky toe edge of right foot. Step your left foot back. You choose the variation that works for you. You have 3 rounds of breath. Lift those hips higher. Good, you guys. Both hands down, high plank, inhale. Exhale, choose your flow. Take a deep inhale in your downward dog. Exhale however you need, let it go. Slowly drop down to your knees. Send your hips to your heels. Child's pose. Let your forehead find a place to rest, whether that's mat, blanket, block. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Whew. I am sweating. You guys are doing well. Take this time to just come back to that breath. Beautiful, you guys. Okay. Again, your body, your practice. I'll let you decide if you just stay in your child's pose for a few extra rounds of breath. If you want to take another pose, it's one of my favorites. We tapped into it a lot in my yoga for anxiety course. Anahatasana, melting heart. You can either stay in your child's pose, or if you want to try this on, you can come up to stand on your knees. So hips will stay over your knees. Bring your palms down to your mat, and then walk your fingertips forward as you press your heart towards the ground. So you're creating this kind of hammock sloping action with your spine. Hips stay about over knees, and then press your chest, your heart, anahata, heart chakra, towards the ground. For most people, the forehead might rest on the mat. If you feel like you have more space to explore, you might bring your chin down, kind of gaze forward. If that aggravates your neck, just bring your forehead right back down. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. Just opening up through the upper back. Just undoing all that sitting we've been doing, curling forward. Probably enough. Take your time coming out of it. Come back to your palms. Let's meet in a tabletop. If you're in child's pose, you can just meet here too. Let's take one slow round of cat-cow. At your own pace, rinse that out. Beautiful. When you're in time, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Your downward dog, inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, hug it in, fire up the core, press away from your mat. Inhale, right leg high, lengthen. Exhale, knee to the right, see how high it can get, little tap. Good, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, twist, knee across your body to the left. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step right foot between your hands. Runner's lunge, keep your left knee lifted. You can always grab blocks here. Inhale to pull your heart forward, lengthen spine. As you exhale, pull your hips back, fold over your right leg. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, bend your right knee, pull your heart forward. And exhale, pull your hips back and fold. Hold it here, 5 rounds of breath. Really firm down through the sole of this right foot. Slide your right hip back in space as you send your left hip forward. Let's take one more round of breath. Good. Slowly rebend into your right knee. Inhale, sweep both arms up high, crescent lunge. So similar to our low lunge, hips and shoulders, face forward. Fingertips reach up, press your palms together. Let's bring hands down to heart center. Inhale as you broaden your collarbones, open your heart. Exhale, take a twist to the right, hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh. If you want more support, you can always drop your left knee down. And then I'm pressing my palms together tonight, but you can always extend your arms into a flyaway. If you have a bind in your practice and want to go for it, by all means. But keep it dynamic. Every inhale, lengthen spine. Every exhale, see if you can deepen your twist. If your palms are together, press them together. Use that contact to help facilitate the twist. 2 more rounds of breath. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. Ah, nice. Slowly come back to center. Hands stay at your heart. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips down, standing splits. Press into your right foot. Float your left toes up to the ceiling. Really hinge forward from your torso. Drop your outer left hip down. Lift your toes a little bit higher. 2 more breaths. Exhale, both feet together. Find your fold. Maybe take a little cha-cha of your knees. That was a lot for your standing right leg. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, hands down. You can step or hop it back, you choose. Vinyasa, rinse that out with the flow. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Left side, inhale, left foot high. Exhale, knee to nose, press away from your mat, round it in. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, twist, knee across your body to the right. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, step it through. Runner's lunge, right knee lifted. Inhale, pull heart forward. If the floor feels far away, bring a block underneath your hands. And as you exhale, pull your hips back, fold, really getting into this left hamstring. One more time, just to feel it out. Inhale, bend your left knee. And exhale, pull your hips back, fold. 5 rounds of breath. An extended pyramid pose here. Slide your left hip back in space as you send your right hip forward. Your head hang heavy. Feel that forehead reaching towards your left shin. 2 more breaths. And rebend your left knee. With control, inhale, reach both arms up high, crescent lunge. Just find the shape first. Adjust your feet, square off those hips. Press your palms together, bring hands down to your heart. Inhale, open up through your heart. And exhale, take your twist to the left, right elbow outside of left thigh. And then again, you can always drop your right knee for support. You can take any variation with your arms that feels interesting to you this evening. Sliding your shoulders away from your ears. Keep reaching crown of head forward as you inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can deepen your twist. Stay with it, stay dynamic. 3 more rounds of breath. Commitment, slowly, easily come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, both hands down, launch up, standing splits. Right toes up to the ceiling. And notice this side might feel a little different. For me, it's much harder on this side. That's okay, just notice how it feels. Kind of stay active through your legs. Reach your right toes a little bit higher as you drop that outer right hip. 2 more breaths. Good, you made it. Feet about hips width. Find your fold. Thank you guys. Inhale, find a half lift just to reset your spine. And exhale, fold once again. I'll give you 3 choices here. You can just stay in your forward fold. Maybe take a yogi toe lock. Index fingers and middle fingers, grab your big toes. If you want to take crow or any arm balance, feel free to fly, have some fun. Or you can take a yogi squat, heel toe your feet wider. Let your hips drop down towards your mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Elbows press inside of your knees as your knees press back into your elbows. Tailbone down, crown of head up. And then keep pressing your palms together to open through those collarbones. Take whatever feels good to you. This time in stillness to slow down your breath. 3 more rounds. Guys, let's all meet in our forward fold. Hands down, lift your hips. You can heel toe your feet closer together if you took your Malasana. Inhale, half lift. 1 more time to reset. And exhale, fold, hands down, step or hop it back. Vinyasa of choice. Downward dog, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. I'll offer half pigeon if this does not feel good in your body. Feel free to come onto your back, take a figure 4. Otherwise, sweep your right knee behind your right wrist, drop your right shin down to your mat. Walk your left leg along behind you. Keep it in one straight line from your left hip to your left ankle. And make sure that your weight is evenly distributed so you're not kind of rolling on to the right or left side. Feel free to slide something underneath your right hip if it needs some support. Good. Inhale, maybe sit a little bit taller. And if you want to lower down, maybe you come down to forearms. Maybe you let your forehead rest on block, on your mat, and whatever feels good to you. Keep sliding your right hip back and then down. Breathe into that openness in your outer right hip. Take about 3 to 5 more rounds of breath. Just let that last breath go. Slowly start to walk one hand in at a time so you lift up through your chest. Then we're going to come into a seated twist. So roll onto your right hip. Keep your right knee bent. Sweep your left leg forward and then stamp your left foot outside of your right knee. I'll face you guys for this one. Okay, so left foot is down, really ground down through big toe of your left foot. Bring your left hand behind you, choose a little kickstand. Inhale, right arm up, sit tall. Exhale, twist towards the left. So you can hook your right elbow outside of your left knee. This arm can be bent or straight. Maybe you just give your shin a hug, and you find what works for you. Inhale, you sit a little bit taller. Exhale, can you deepen that twist? About 3 more rounds of breath. Slowly come back through center. Very gentle little counter stretch towards the right. Nothing crazy, just a little release. Good. Come back to center. You have an option to rock over your knees, take a flow, or you can do what I'm gonna do and just bring your left shin in front of you. Sweep your right leg back. Either way, we're gonna meet in half pigeon on the left side. Or if you're on your back, taking figure 4, just cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And again, just give yourself time to get set up here. Notice this side might feel different than the right. Make sure that right leg is in one straight line. And firm down through that left shin. Use that to send your left hip back and then ground it down. Whenever you feel ready, if you feel so inclined, you can start to lower upper body. Maybe the forearms, maybe you come all the way down. Your forehead a place to rest. And just guide that awareness, that intention towards your outer left hip. And these moments of big opening, especially in the hips, kind of this kind of juicy, sensitive area. Notice your kind of reaction to sensation, maybe being put a little bit out of your comfort zone. How do you show up for yourself in these moments? Are there areas of your body, maybe your shoulders, your jaw, even your hands that can loosen up? Kind of finding this balance between effort and ease. Slow down the breath. Let's take 3 more rounds. As you feel ready again, never a sense of rush. Walk yourself back up. And coming into that seated twist, so we'll bring our weight to the left hip. Woo. Right leg comes forward, and then step right foot outside of left knee. I'll face you guys again. Take your right hand, bring it behind you, little kickstand. Inhale, reach left fingertips up, sit tall. And then find your twist. Left elbow outside of right knee. Or any other variation that you like. Keep it dynamic, same as always. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. And exhale, rinse out the spine. See if you can deepen that twist. 3 more rounds of breath. Good. Slowly bring that back to center. Let's go ahead, send legs out in front of us. And just give them a little shake out. Your legs out in front of you. This is a lot. You can always bring a little bend into your knees. Really ground down through both sits bones and then sit taller. Maybe press into your hands to help with that length. It takes a lot of strength, even though it looks pretty simple. You can stay here, of course. Or if you want to add a fold, you can reach your hands forward. Or for whatever feels accessible. Take about 3 more rounds of breath. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. One more forward fold. Let's open up the legs into a straddle. It's one of my favorite shapes, and it's so nice when you're at home, not in a packed class. You can actually take up all the space that you want. And again, maybe you just sit tall. We're all kind of working with different bodies, right? But if you want to add a forward fold, maybe you start to walk fingertips forward. Oh, it feels so good. To me, at least. I shouldn't kind of make that a blanket statement because different things feel good and not good for all of us, right? Just notice where you are without any sense of judgment. Let it be enough. 3 more rounds of breath. When you feel ready, walk your hands back towards you. Lean back, legs out in front of you. Maybe give yourself a little shake out. Just come to find a comfortable seat. Maybe you cross your legs, Sukhasana. Maybe you sit on your heels, whatever feels good. And then bring your hands wherever it feels meaningful to you. Maybe palms are down, up. Maybe hand comes to belly, to heart. As always, if it feels okay to you, you can close your eyes. Just take a few moments in this easy seat to return to the breath, to notice how you feel. And take these poses. Just find these ways to open up the body. After all of that twisting and side body stretching and heart opening, you notice that your breath flows more naturally through you. You're able to take deeper, longer inhales and exhales. Know that you can stay in this seat for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, I'll give you some freedom to kind of close out class however you would like. So maybe you take one more vinyasa, maybe you get upside down if you have a safe inversion practice. I'm not with you, so please kind of honor your edge. Do something that you know you can do safely. I'm personally going to come onto my back and take a supported bridge, which is another pose we've been doing a lot in my Yoga for Anxiety course. Again, one of my favorites to just do whenever you need like 3 minutes to pause and rest. Maybe you want an active bridge or a wheel. Kind of give yourself permission to be honest with yourself, take what you need. Of course, you can take happy baby, gentle supine twists. And Shavasana, straight there. It's always an option. Hopefully you just feel a little more in tune with what you specifically are craving in this moment, what would serve you. I purposely wanted to leave a few minutes for everyone to settle down however they need. Say in about the next 2 or so minutes, give or take, you can allow yourself to sort of settle into your final rest, final Shavasana. And of course, if that means grabbing props, something to rest under your head or on top of your body, feel free to do so. If you're still working through any shapes that feel amazing, by all means, keep doing your thing. Otherwise, you can start to extend your legs, your arms. Your shoulders start to melt into your mat. That softness trickle down your arms, the tips of your fingers. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Relax your throat, your neck. Release any tension in your jaw. Spaces between and around your eyes, your forehead. Hopefully feeling this sense of ease and inner peace. Give yourself permission to be effortless, to rest. You're surrendering into your final Shavasana. wanted to offer a poem by Rumi. It's called The Guest House. It's beautiful. You've maybe heard it before, but it's really been helping me a lot through this time. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whomever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. If you're super happy where you are, please feel free to hang out for as long as you'd like. If you feel called to move on with your evening, take your time. You can deepen your breath. Maybe take small movements in fingers and toes. Maybe some nice easy rocks with your head from side to side. You might reach both arms up overhead. Feel really good to stretch out the body from fingers to toes. And then choose your favorite side. Roll into an easy fetal position. It feels okay to keep your eyes closed. Feel free to do so as you press your way up into one last comfortable seat. And we'll seal in this time together with one collective round of breath. When you find your seat, you can place your hands wherever it feels meaningful to you. Maybe they rest on your thighs, maybe they come to Anjali Mudra. Take an exhale, just empty everything out. Big inhale through your nose, fill all the way up. Open mouth, sigh it out. Thank you so much, friends. Be good to yourself, be good to each other. Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks, Tia.
Wait, tell her we're here.
Well, I'm here with Lauren.
Hold on.